So guys, today back from a video on the channel. Today we're here for the Newcastle United versus West Ham player ratings. What a big point it was for Newcastle United, and we take it and we move on to the next game. If you want to go and see my reaction to the result, I put at the top, there'll be a link in the description and on the end screen. But a massive point for Newcastle and a really good performance, so there'll be some good ratings in today's video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot if you could do so. And let's get to it now, boys. Let's look at my player ratings. Starting off on goal, we've got Martin DUBRAVKA. I think he had a really good performance today. He really didn't have to do much, but overall he looks a lot more quicker. It's the quickest I've seen Martin DUBRAVKA when collecting the ball, releasing it. He's been doing that a lot recently, and it's the quickest I've seen him at the football club, getting that ball out. And yet again, it wasn't his fault for the goal. He couldn't do nothing with the goal, but apart from that, he didn't really put a foot wrong. And you've got to say, fair dues to DUBRAVKA. I thought it was a good performance and fair play to him. I'm going to give him a good 8 out of 10. Solid for Martin DUBRAVKA today. Right back now, we've got Emil Kraft. It was a mixed performance. I didn't think he was terrible, to be honest. I think he's quite quick, which is surprising. But the cross inside, Kieran Trippier doesn't cross like that. I'll tell you that now. Some of the crosses were just constantly going over the attackers of Newcastle. Keep going to the other side where Joe had to collect it. I think it was his fault for the goal as well. I think he didn't mark his man, and apart from that, he really didn't do much. But overall, it wasn't a bad performance. I still think he was okay, still done his job. Newcastle picked up a point, so there's positives to take. I'm going to give Emil Kraft a 6 out of 10. Centre backs now, we'll start off with Fabi Shaw. A good performance again, and it keeps Lascelles out with the team. For me, you've got to keep Shaw and Dan Burn. West Ham are a good team, they score a lot of goals, and for me, if you make them only score one goal and didn't really create that much of a chance in the whole game, you've got to say fair play to the defence of the two centre backs, Fabi Shaw and Dan Burn. Obviously, we'll speak about Fabi Shaw. Obviously, was getting that ball up and he was running with a little bit, which is nice to see. A good performance by Fabi Shaw. I know, are we finally seeing the old Fabi Shaw back? I hope so, because obviously the 80-90 Fabi Shaw was like the prime of Fabi Shaw, as you could say. Hopefully, he can be back to his best, and he's getting his game time and proving why he should get a new contract at Newcastle United. Good performance, Fabi Shaw, 8 out of 10. Big Dan Burn, what a player, what a performance, and he was absolutely sensational from the first minute to the 90th. It's mad to think a lad just from Blythe up the road from Newcastle has came in and absolutely changed the defence of this team against Villa, against West Ham, two really good teams who have looked defensively brilliant, and for the first time in a very long time where we've said that as Newcastle United fans. And for me, it's because of Dan Burn. He comes in and does his job, and he was absolutely sensational yet again. Didn't put a foot wrong, dived in the 95th minute, ensuring that Newcastle United could pick up the point or even try to get 3 points. It was a great performance from Dan Burn, and just overall just solid and got stuck in, and that's what you get from the lads who support the club. He's watched the interview last week. He obviously had a season ticket in the Lizards. He was loving life as a young kid, watching Shiva, Nobby Solano and all them, to then now wear the shirt. It must mean the world to him, and fair play to me, he performed very well today. Dan Burn, 9 out of 10. And another performance, another great performance by a January signing, Matt Targett. A really good signing, looking a little bit like a baller. You know what a player Matt Targett is. He started all 38 games for Aston Villa last season, been pushed outside after signing Lucas Dean, came into Newcastle and showed his quality yet again. Obviously he couldn't play on Sunday because it was against Villa, and obviously we've got him in on loan. He really performed against Everton, and really performed again today against West Ham, and that left back spot is his. You've got to feel for Jamal Lewis a little bit, but overall absolute class by Matt Targett, and fair play to him. A really good player, a really good game of football, and performed yet again today, getting up that pitch really well. And you know what, good performance, 9 out of 10. Jonjo Shelvey in the midfield now, yet again another good performance by Jonjo Shelvey, keeping our 40 million signing of Bruno Guimaraes out of the team, and yet again he performed really well today. He didn't really put a foot wrong. Normally Shelvey does have a good game against West Ham in a Newcastle shirt, and yet again today proved it and done it. What a great game of football it really was, and Shelvey was a big part of it, creating their balls, creating a lovely passing there and there. Really good performance by Jonjo Shelvey. Gonna give him didn't really do much in the game, but still performed really, really well. They didn't have like a highlight where you go, shall have you done this, shall have you done that. A good 8 out of 10 for John Joe today. And this lad deserves to get a little bit of praise. I mean, a little bit of praise. A lot of praise. Why did I say a little bit? Joe Willock, what a performance. Absolutely sensational. And he deserves that. He's the best player on the pitch. My man of the match. And grafted his arse off. He really, really did. He bundled and grafted. He was disappointed to get substituted off for Bruno. And that shows you when you're getting disappointed getting taken off by a 40 million Champions League midfielder. It shows how good you're doing. Shows he's loving life. And he did an interview after the game. I haven't watched it on BT, speaking about his relationship with Eddie Howe. I'm gonna have to watch that to see what Willock's saying. But a really good performance by Joe Willock today. Really good goal, really taken well. Even if it wasn't for the goal, I would still be praising him. The goal tops it off. Joe Willock, he's not going to quite get a 10. I don't think it was worthy of a 10 out of 10 performance, but a very, very high 9 out of 10 for Joe Willock today. Joe Linton now, my grafter, my midfielder. What a performance yet again by the big man. He's the only player to start every single game under Eddie Howe, and it shows. What a performance. And finally, we're going to say Kevin Clark's done something good for the club by getting sent off and making Joe Linton into a midfielder. He's done that. What a performance again by Joe Linton. He grafted, he put his all into it and really, really performed. And that's what you love to see. Clap the fans off at the end. He loves the fans. The fans all wearing the Brazilian t-shirts. Dylan Brett, Oliver, you're all on the Twitter, you're all on that. What a day would have been for them going down to West Ham. It was a great game of football. And Joe Linton, good performance yet again today. He's going to get a good 8 out of 10. The attack now will start off with Jacob Murphy. I think he was a little bit disappointing. It was disappointing news to hear Alan St-Maximin was injured for the game, but what can you do? You've got to just focus on the game and focus on who the 11 players are going to start. And Murphy, he wasn't absolutely terrible, but you can see the quality of difference between Alan St-Maximin and Jacob Murphy. I would prefer to make you started, but yet again, we've got a point, we'll take it. And Murphy didn't really do much, but you know what, he done what he needed to do. We've picked up a point. Will he start again against Brentford next week? We'll have to wait and see. Jacob Murphy, 7 out of 10. Ryan Fraser now, a grafter, and he absolutely bollocked his arse off today. Absolute grafted it up and down that line, getting stuck into Antonio. Good performance by Ryan Fraser. He was absolutely knackered walking off that pitch to get substituted off for Miguel Almiron. Really, really good performance today by Ryan Fraser. Grafted, part of the goal as well. Good performance, and he's keeping people out of this team. Obviously, we had so many doubts about Ryan Fraser at the start of the season and whatnot. Will he get game time? Will he play? Will he not? And he obviously wasn't really playing. Eddie Howe's transformed him into a Newcastle starter, and I love to see it. He's getting a good rating today. Ryan Fraser, 8 out of 10. Finally, for the start 11, Chris Wood. He's still waiting for that first goal for Newcastle United. He didn't really have a chance in that game to really get his first goal. He had that chance where Willock, when Fraser had the volley and it bounced off Chris Wood. If it's a striker who's scoring goals week in, week out, that bounces in the back of the net. Just unlucky, and yet again, we're just waiting for that first goal. It wasn't a mad performance by Chris Wood. Didn't really do much. He held the ball up quite well a couple of times, but you expect that from his calibre, being a Premier League striker, being 6'4". You expect him to do that. So overall, okay, but we're just waiting for Wilson to come back. We need Wilson to come back in the team. I'm gonna give Chris Wood a 7 out of 10. And there we go, boys. That is the end of Newcastle versus West Ham 1-1. A really good point for Newcastle United, and we take that and we move on to the next game. Really, really big game coming up against Brentford, so hopefully the lads can pick up another point or pick up 3 points and stay unbeaten in the Premier League in 2022. Thanks for watching, boys. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. This has been BinksNUFC. I'll see you all on the next one. Brentford get away on Saturday. How are the lads? 1 point, we take it and we move. Joe Willock, great goal. Up the Mags!